Hey, welcome to another Monday night cover lovers here at Near in Nirvana. And Dio's excited as always. Team Never Heard Podcast presents Cover Lovers here on Near Nirvana YouTube channel. Welcome everybody. Good night, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Wonderful Monday. We all love Mondays, of course. My name is West Coast Big Rob on Instagram. Follow me on IG. And who's this?
I am Mike, or right now Obi-Wan with my Padawan. A shit Monday as always, but we're back after a week off, so I'm hyped about that. And it's Girl Scout cookie season, so all the weight I lost over the last 3 or 4 months, all coming back through Thin Mints and I don't know, probably some Samoas in there and maybe a s'mores, and I don't know. We can't do any of the peanut butter ones in this house, or my wife will die. So
Have you seen the lotions at Target for Girl Scout cookies, like Navia, that lotion, body lotion?
They have Girl Scout cookie scented. Get the hell out of here!
Every flavor they got. The lemon. They have the mint, the Samoas, the shortbread, peanut butter.
Wow.
Every flavor. Sorry, I got black. Am I there?
You're here. Yeah, you're here. Yep, you're there. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was me or you. That's going to be a problem tonight. I'm like,
no, that was just
freeze or did I freeze?
No, that's my one and only interruption. My damn security on my laptop pops up.
Okay, all so right. Now, Trish, I've seen those, the Girl Scout cookie creamers. Those I've seen. Those have been around for a couple of years.
Is that? Hold on. Okay,
those are pretty awesome.
I'll get to the chat in a minute. Before we get to the chat, let's talk about really quick. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days unlimited cover price at 99 cents. Check out cover price. Awesome website. Great way to catalog your comic book collection. Check out the market value on how your books are doing. Follow their top 10. I always like following their top 10 for the week. So it's only 99 cents for the first 30 days if you use Nirvana 14. And also, use code TNH10 for 10% off your purchase at over Bird City Comics. BirdCityComics.com. Check out their exclusives. I believe they just announced the new, what's the name of I'm drawing a blank. Feral. The Feral exclusive. Yeah, the Rock the Jewels, whatever that two-hand thing. I forget. I'm all
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. There you go. My memory's shot. So check out the website for that new exclusive coming up.
I didn't get a text for that. I usually get texts for the new drops.
I saw the post on IG. So on Thursday, I think you can use this code, but try it anyways. TNH10 for 10% off your purchase over Bird City Comics. Use the code TNH10 for 10% off your purchase at Bird City Comics. And don't forget to stop by my buddy's website at displaygeek.com and use the code Team Nerdherd to save 10% off your first purchase of their beautiful Funko Pop displays, or just in displays in general. I use the code Team Nerdherd, save 10%. Check out his website. Tons of great tools you can save for your Funko Pop collection and action figures and more. So check out displaygeek.com. And, of course, I want to just thank our resident DJ, Beats by Monster, for those lovely beats. And let's check out the chat. Who's in the house? Of course, always first to the party is GT Comic. He's got the keys to the community, like Steve likes to say. Steve's a lot better doing this than me.
What time was he here today?
According to this...
11:55.
Yeah, 11:55 a.m. on my side. So he stops by throughout the day. He's hilarious. Next up, we got here Heroes Reborn _comics. Yo, Adrian, and a bunch of happy hellos, and more and more. He dropped a bunch of them. All right, hey Rudy in the house, straight from all the way from San Diego, local guy for me. Only 8,500. That's the deal waiting to be happened. What are you talking about? The comment from Heroes. He's the Secret Wars #5, CGC 9.980. All that. The new FOMO book of literally the hour. You know this. You know what's going on, right, Mike?
No, did I miss it? I must have missed something. What's going on?
Yeah. So the Deadpool trailer. And
Oh,
the
from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the particular scene that puts on the floor, and there's a Secret Wars #5, the modern version, not the old school 80s version, the modern version,
yeah,
on the floor right next to him. So because of that, everybody wants it, and people are paying already $40-$50 for that book raw.
It'll be worthless in like 6 months.
It's a nice book. It's a $4 book. It's a $4 or $5 book, and that's it.
Right back to being a $4 book eventually. So,
if
you have them, flip them. If you don't, do not buy in right now. Don't be dumb.
I've seen people with stacks of them on Instagram. So
of course, because it was a $4 book until like 23 hours ago.
Yeah, but 9.9. That's that might be a little hard to get. Welcome to everyone. Look, hey, also she's here, the artist from Pharaoh himself. So I'm here. Trisha Foster, there you go. And they call me Bruce #8, y'all. Welcome again, Trish. Thank you, Trish.
They're good. The Thin Mint one's dope.
I wonder if you get a sugar high if you rub it over your body. And if you're diabetic, can you sue Nivea or Nivea, whatever you pronounce that damn lotion? These Run the Jewels. Yeah, there you go. They're just helping me out here. Drops Wednesday? I thought it was Thursday. Oh, okay. My bad. Wednesday. I'm lost. I literally got off work like an hour ago. So, all right. And what is it at the end? Freeze frame it and Doom, not very good costume. I don't think that's Doom. I know who you're talking about, the guy next to Pyro. I don't think that's Doom. I think that's somebody else. So, all right. Check out the trailer, Mike. I haven't seen it. All right. So I think that's it, right? We run our business. We talk to the chat, and let's get to the covers.
What we got?
All right. Actually, in my opinion, it's a pretty good week for art. There's some good stuff. Let me switch computers because now I got to use 2 computers for this damn.
Yeah, I was pissed trying to write cover tunes or cover fire this week because there's not a lot of good regular covers, but there were a bunch of good incentive covers this week. I couldn't choose any of them. I was kind of mad.
I agree. If that's Doom, we're in fucking real trouble because that was a shitty Doom. I hope that's why I completely do not agree that that's not Doom. Please, God, that's not Doom. Please. All right. Incentives for the week. These are all your 1 in 10s, your 1 in 25s, your 1 in 50s, and infinity, right? So let's see what we got. First off, we got Transformers #5. We got the 1 in 10 by Orlando Oresena and the 1 in 25 by Natasha Bustos, and the 1 in 50 by Carl Kerschel. It's just me and you, Mike. So, Mike, go ahead.
Okay, so I dislike all 3 of them. The first, the Oresena is too digital for me, although I like the colors. I'll give him that. I'm assuming Orlando's a man. I don't know, maybe not. And the Kerschel is really just sort of pedestrian art. The Bustos is so bad that it reminds me so much of the 1980s Transformers covers, and therefore is my choice because it has the nostalgia of the terrible art from the 80s Marvel Transformers. So while it's really not great, and I love me some Cliff Jumper, don't get me wrong, and he doesn't get a whole lot of covers. But it really is reminiscent of those old covers. So I know that it's the worst of the 3 covers, but I like it by far the most because of how nostalgic it is for me.
Yeah, those big jumbo boxes at your local grocery store.
Yeah,
cover all the art all over those VHS boxes. I think
exactly.
IHF, I think, or something. I think there was some acronym on the side of it. So you know what, Bustos? For me personally, I'll go the Orlando, the 1 in 10, because I am collecting these. These are all connecting covers.
That's cool.
Yeah, these all connect. So the first 5 issues are connecting, and I am a big Soundwave fan. Probably my favorite Transformer, and actually I'm pretty big also Rumble fan. I got a
Yeah, Rumble doesn't come up very often on a cover. I was surprised to see that.
I just got me a Rumble the other day.
Yes.
So I have more love. I know I understand. Yeah, it is very digital. It's very Adobe Illustrator all the way, but I dig it still. I love the colors. I just love the blues, those metallic blues on Soundwave. So it looks pretty good to me. Chat, let me know what you think. Which one you pick? Which one are you not picking? Are you burning them all? What's going on? Let us know in the chat. Let's move on. So I don't know the name of this book.
Oh, yeah. What the hell is this called? Oh, man.
Uh,
I was mad that the Tula Latte was
Me and
not.
Alonzo both worked on this deck, and Alonzo didn't put a title. So, Chad, if you can tell me what the hell this book name, or the name of this book. So the 1 in 10 is Tula Latte. The 1 in 25 is Christian Ward. And the 1 in 50 is Martin Simmons. You go first because I got to answer a text.
So I really, really like the Tula Latte. I mean, I kind of like them all. They're all super creepy in their own way. I really like Martin Simmons' work in general. And I like that cover. I do. But the most striking one to me is the Latte. You got a lot of things going on. It feels simple, but first of all, her style. I love her style. I love her sort of outside the lines, kind of sketchy sort of style. I like that weird sort of negative space thing with the horns, which kind of almost gives me that that like Ilyana Rasputin kind of a feel, that Dark Child kind of a thing going on with some sort of demon behind her of some kind. I'm assuming the white space is where trade dress would have gone. She probably drew this with that in mind, and then they end up doing it as a virgin. But so when it comes to horror, I guess because I really started collecting and reading horror in the late 80s, ergo Vertigo, anything that really feels like a Vertigo cover to me from like 88, 89, 90 is like a pure winner for me. And that Tula Latte feels like that to me. So does sort of the Martin Simmons. They both kind of have that Dave McKean kind of feel to them, like the old Sandman covers did. So they're both great. But for my money, if I can get the Latte for $10, I absolutely will. Whereas I would never pay $50 for the Martin. The Ward's okay, but I think it's the most inferior of the three covers, even though it's super creepy. Anything with a baby is super fucking creepy.
Right. I think I agree with you in general. I mean, personally, I think all the covers are pretty good. I wouldn't hate on you if you pick one over the other. They're all very similar, almost like they all got together on the phone and say, what's your angle on this book? And they all kind of, it's weird almost. It's almost like they were thinking in the same wavelengths. But which one? I like them all. But if I have to pick one, just because it's so weird and creepy, is the 1 in 25 by Christian Ward, the pentagram on the goat's head, the bleeding baby dripping in blood, the weird background. So the actual pencil work on all three great. The colors are all great, but just the actual idea, I'm going with the goat head. It's a freaky idea, and I'm assuming that's where they're going with this book.
So it's the Infernals, Images Infernals, #1.
Infernals, #1. What, it makes sense, right? This is Satan, devil, all that jazz. So this is definitely what you want to depict. Yeah, they're all very depressing and very you feel just bad.
Yeah, you feel uneasy looking at all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad in general. So
surprised they got away with the bloody baby thing. That's pushing it a little bit.
Well, at least they're not eating the baby like a book did a while back. So right, yeah.
Oh yeah, what was that? Oh my gosh, I remember that.
I have that book actually. But,
oh God, do you really? I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. And I did miss a couple comments here.
Tula always worth the price. Yeah.
Low 10, yeah, that looks like the Latula is pretty probably that's right. Department of Truth. That was the one, the 1 in 25 for issue 2. Yeah,
Wow.
I just happened to get lucky, and I think I got it for under ratio. I'm mistaken. So yeah, that's a classic cover, in my opinion. But yeah, it's probably in that kind of a vein for this particular book. All right, let's move on to Vampirella
Oh, here we go.
6 from the lovely couple of Lucio Perillo, the 1 in 60, such a random ratio, and then Carla Cohen, the 1 in 66. Mike, I think I know where you're going, but let me know.
I'm definitely going Perillo this time around. The Cohen is not her best, although there's some really awesome things going on in it. The skull is incredible in the Cohen, but there's something about her face that's a little bit squashed. That's kind of bugging me out. I don't know what it is exactly. Whereas the Perillo really has, I don't know, there's this attitude to it that sometimes he misses. Sometimes there's sort of a, I don't know, almost a blankness or a static nature to some of his covers. But when he gets expressions or eyes right, and there's just an attitude on the cover, man, he pretty much blows everybody else in the industry away. They're both beautiful covers, don't get me wrong. I think, at least in the case of the Perillo, it's a foil, which I don't love, but I kind of wish it were just the regular sort of printed version. But I mean, obviously there's the sexiness of both of them, but particularly the Perillo with lots of I don't know if you call that cleavage. I don't know what you would call that, but I mean, it's just another gorgeous painting. They're both gorgeous paintings, but there's just something a little weird about the face on the Cohen that I don't love.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the way she drew the skull. It's just a little too big for the body. She's a little too anemic, so she needs a couple of hamburgers in her.
A little bit extra blood. She needs to suck some blood from somebody somewhere.
She looks like she hydrated for a big UFC fight, and it's weight day.
She's been spitting in a cup all day.
Yeah, she's just literally being air at this point, right? Because she's trying to make weight. I agree. The Perillo is the best one. I love it's Magdalena, Virgin Mary, or whatever, right? It's that vibe.
It is.
It's the Catholic connotations here. It's beautifully done. This is Perillo at his best.
Using the moon as the halo and the whole
perfectly done,
Renaissance looking. It's really beautiful.
The cut off head on the plate right in front of her, the what do you call it?
Like Last Supper kind of shit.
No, the bread, right? The bread is the body, so the plate, whatever. I don't know. I grew up Catholic. I don't remember nothing.
She's almost got like the blessing fingers up, like the
yeah. That's a typical Renaissance symbol of I'm intelligent.
Yeah.
So the blood dripping down her mouth, her big boobs. She got a little bit of a gut. She ate a few hamburgers.
She did. She ate Carla Cohen's Vampirella hamburger.
She ate her lunch. So yeah, dude, the Perillo, it's 1 in 60, 1 in 66. Price points, I don't know, might be the same at this point. And the Perillo, that's a beautiful. I think you can even frame that and put it on a wall. It's so good.
I agree.
Nothing wrong. The Carla Cohen, that's some imperfections. We're just being nitpicky because we hold Carla Cohen here to a high standards on the show, and when she doesn't bring it all the way in, we're gonna point it out, right? So it's missing a few things.
So it is a foil. The Perillo is a foil, definitely, and it is on Midtown. It's 40.50. The Cohen is also a foil for 45, but it looks like there's a non-foil version for like $7 of the Cohen. So if you like the Cohen better, then there's a regular non-foil version of that. If you like the Perillo better, there is no regular version. I'm assuming they're going to do what they usually do. Next week, they will advertise their $50 special that's from Dynamite Direct of a non-foil virgin Perillo. That's probably what they'll do. But there's also a trade dress of the Perillo, as you see. So
yeah, Dynamite. as we learned with Thundercats, they love their covers.
Yep, certainly do.
All right, let's move on. Action Comics tends. This is such a drop off from where we came, but regardless, Action Comics 1062. We got the 1 in 25 by Babs Tarr and the 1 in 50 by Paulo Rivera. I'll go first because I think I know where Mike's going on this one. So, compared to what we just saw, and I know it's a drastic change. I think the Babs is not bad, and this is very cartoonish. You got the whole Scooby Doo eyes going on. I like the upside down idea. I think it's a cool idea. His cape's actually falling down, and it's kind of a night scene looks like, but the colors are still there. So I dig it. I love me some Bizarro. I always like Bizarro. It's a cool character to me, and I think I never heard of Babs Tarr. 125. So to me, it's a good introduction to her art.
Let me tell you all about Babs Tarr.
All right, go, Mike. I like Babs, but go ahead.
Okay, so I refuse to ever choose Babs Tarr as a winner of anything because of what I saw her do to a legion of her fans at Detroit Comic Con. So she's I think she's got one of the Prince Purple Rain homage covers is hers, and she's got a couple other covers that she's kind of famous for, where everybody basically looks like Drew Barrymore. All the girls look like Drew Barrymore, where they have this weird like eye and this like crooked mouth, and that's basically the way she draws everybody. But she had a line waiting for her. So let me backtrack a second. I had a friend of mine say, "Oh, you're going to Detroit Comic Con. Babs Tarr is going to be there. My daughter would really like you to see if you can get a commission done of Batgirl from Babs. If you wouldn't mind, if you have a moment, go over there and see if she'll do it. Whatever she wants, just let me know." So she's got a line at her table waiting. I got there nice and early. I got a press pass, press badge to get in early from CBSI, and so I was there at her table first, in a line of about 30 or 40 people waiting for her. Right. There were good people. There are lots of good artists at this show. There was like Jay Lee was there, and some other heads, some big names were there. And like the show starts, we're all still waiting. Her handler comes over and says, "Hey, Babs is going to be late. Her flight came in late." Which happens. Totally fine. She's not going to do any commissions. She's just going to sign. She's not going to do any commissions. She hurt her wrist or her hand or whatever, and she's just tired from the flight. She's not going to do any commissions, nothing, not remarks, nothing. So obviously people are disappointed, but everybody understands, right? Like, okay, that's just the way it goes. That's fine. And I know, buddy. So fine, whatever, no big deal. Lots of people, though, in the line were pretty disappointed. They'd waited there. They could have gotten another line, that kind of thing. But they were there like an hour early. A lot of people were there early to be on her line first.
I've been there.
I go over to Jay Lee's table. I get him I get a commission from him. He does a Wolverine for me. Like 2 hours later, I walk back past Babs Tarr's table, and lo and behold, she's got a sign up on her poster. Commissions, bust only, $500 a piece. Now, this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
$500, dude. Like the most famous people on the planet were not charging $500 for anything.
No. I agree.
She had turned all of her real fans away in the morning, and then all of a sudden realized that there was like some sort of a buzz for her there. And then she decided, well, I'll just rape all of my fans, and I'll charge $500 for a bust. From there, and it was posted all over social media. People were pissed, like really pissed. I was pissed a little for my buddy and his daughter, but I was particularly pissed at what she had done to the rest of her fans, especially the ones that waited online and that she turned away in the morning. And then she has the audacity to try to charge that much money. She's basically a no-name. And there's people in the room that are like 100 times more famous than her, not charging anywhere near.
Yeah, I never heard of her.
And, right. So anyway, that kind of a move, total dick move. I can't see past it. Anybody who has that mentality, I can never choose. So now that said, her cover's trash anyway, so I wouldn't choose it regardless. I mean, that's an abysmally embarrassing cover to begin with, but not as embarrassing as some of her other covers, but that one's pretty bad. The Daily Planet one's kind of the kind of fun. It sort of feels like a Frank Cho, actually, just sort of interesting, just sort of silly. Not the greatest. It's certainly not a 1 in 50, barely even an A cover, but it's much better than that shit ass Babs Tar, which is really, 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 really bad. So if I had to choose, gun to my head, art alone, Paulo Rivera, but I would likely start a bonfire with both of these. They're pretty awful.
Well, by default, Paulo Rivera wins. Fatality.
Fatality.
Jesus. Well, and for future thoughts, we'll try to keep Babs out of this particular show.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got that. You know what though? I mean, that karma's a bitch, man. And look, nobody gives a shit about my opinion one way or another, and I really don't care.
I care.
But I'll say this: that I very rarely shit talk an artist. Matter of fact, I'm not sure I've ever really shit talked an artist other than just now.
Yeah.
But she deserves it. And on the flip side, when an artist is super nice, I make sure the world knows that too. Like, for instance, I'll say it a billion times before the show is over.
Jenny Preston.
Well, no. My favorite person on the con scene is Joseph Michael Linsner, the nicest human being in comics. Trish Forstner is right close, but but Joseph Michael Linsner is the nicest human in comics. Every time I talk to him, he is so generous with his time, so kind, does great work for people, doesn't overcharge, just loves what he does. He really does. He's at every show. He works his ass off. You like or dislike his art. I happen to love his art. But whether you do or don't like him, hard not to respect someone who's that nice, generous, polite, and talented.
James, maybe not hurt, but a little cindered here, a little crisp, a little burnt on the side edges there.
Oh, yeah. Artists were definitely harmed in the making of this podcast this evening on purpose.
Well, there you go. That's fucked up. That's real. All right, let's move on. Something better. Let's see what we got here.
I figured it was going to be a quick show tonight anyway, so I might as well,
take a
10-minute break. Oh, yeah, I like this Christian Ward. It's creepy as hell.
Blue Book, 1947, number 1. We got the 1 in 10 by Joe Quiones and the 1 in 25 by Christian Ward. Go ahead, Mike. You like the Christian Ward, huh?
Yeah, I do like the Christian Ward. I like a lot of the covers for this whole series. There's been some really cool ones, especially from the issue 1, the original issue 1. I guess this is the second series. This is a different story arc, but it's really cool. I like Christian Ward's art, generally speaking. Obviously, we saw him earlier, but just a good take on the classic Alien. I like the zoomed in crop. Not sure about the lens flare so much, although I'm assuming that that's either light from the spaceship. It's hard to tell, or if that's a planet back there. I can't really tell. There's like rings, concentric circle rings coming from something. I'm not really sure exactly what that is, but really cool use of light. Good use of blue, considering all the covers are just monotone, no matter what, whether they're incentive or A or B with covers. So most of us think of these aliens as green, but but either way, I like the Ward. It doesn't blow my doors off, but I do like it.
All right, I agree with you. I like the Ward. Nothing wrong with the Quiones, but the Ward is it's superior. It's cool. A nice, well-detailed gray alien or blue alien on this particular book, right? But I'm pretty sure they're trying to say it's a gray alien. I like the angle, like the lens flare, the J.J. Abrams, right? The fingers are nice and creepy. Yeah, that creepy alien oval face. It's just a better cover. 1 in 25. I think it's pretty popular out there. People are trying to buy this. The 1 in 10.
I mean, it definitely feels like an incentive.
Yeah, the 1 to 10 is cool. I like the triangle UFO. Those are very popular, very well known in the lore of UFOs. but and I like the dad and the kid looking up, and they're about to get their day ruined. But the 125 for sure. It's the winner for me. It's the better book. So sorry, I'm got me to click on something here. Got a few comments. Yeah, very cool cover so far. Hey, Tiger Faye, welcome. Light.
Light right before probing action. Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, that's very alien abduction-y kind of a feel to it, doesn't it? Like that alien's about to take whoever's looking at him. Ooh.
Alice Cooper, number 5, 1 in 20. Stuart Sager. I'm going to put myself on mute because I make a quick response to a call here.
And that's fine because speaking of really, really nice people, I've told a story about Stuart Sager reaching out to me at random just because I featured him on an article once upon a time, sent me a free book, signed stuff, a sketch, all kinds of shit. Really great guy. I like his style a lot. It's a weird mixture between a few different people. Extra cool detail, some really good what looks like watercolor work in this one, which I don't think he generally works in. So I like that he's not just drawing Alice Cooper like off an album cover. He's making the character be more than that, which is cool. There's some also interesting use of sort of the image within image thing. We've seen it with Darth Vader covers and stuff before, but there's obviously something cool going on in the hat and in a couple of other places as well. It's just a good sense of layout and composition. I just think he's really talented, and yet again, one of the nicest people in comics. Not as nice as Joseph Michael Linsner, but close.
I love the picture that Alonzo picked for Stuart Sager. It totally looks like a cross between Austin Powers and Eminem all in one.
And what's the dude from Saturday Night Live?
Alice Cooper, number 5, right? 1 in 20. There is a regular cover for this as well, so you don't have to pay the top dollar for this. But a lot of these Alice Cooper covers are really well done. They're picking some good artists on this particular book. This is already issue 5. I really love how they've been drawing Alice Cooper. They make him look so cool, and if you know Alice Cooper nowadays, he's not very cool looking.
No, he's not.
No. But, even when he was young, he was kind of frail looking. But he was always Alice Cooper, right? He's always fucking metal. But I dig him here. He's holding Satan by his collar, and he's letting him know the law here. And I love the way he used the blacks. It's hard. What he did, it looks hard to do, and he did it well. And there's the darks, but there's still light, and you can really see what's going on here. All the detail, all the line work in his face, both characters. The sparkles coming off, I think, Alice Cooper's eyes.
Yeah, it looks like that might be what the source is supposed to be. Like he's got some superpower or something like that.
And the devil, or Satan, whatever you want to call him, the demon, has that classic 1950s devil or 1940s devil face, right? It had that very classic look to him, almost like a pirate. So
I'm gonna do some free shtick for Sager. You should check out his artist-owned book, which is called Shiver. There's an old set of it, and it's some beautiful covers on there as well. And then he's got a new series of it as well. He also did a bunch of covers for the Kiss books for Dynamite as well. So if you like his style, like I do, you may want to check out some of his other sort of deeper cut stuff.
Very young Angelina Jolie and Hackers. Check that one out. All right, let's move on from Alice Cooper and to. All right, I found this, and I had to put this on. This is very interesting looking to me. There's a bunch of covers for it. They're all they're actually pretty cool covers. There's a good Spider-Man 242. Either it's 242 or Amazing Fantasy 50. I don't know. I think it's 242 homage on this book. This is Biden Titans versus AOC #1 shot. And I'll read out the actual what it says in the book. Real news. It's 2024. Do you know what your congresswoman is doing? And then they like graffiti muty. And the bottom, paid for by Elon Musk and the support of the woke mind virus mutant registration act. Awesome. I couldn't find out who the artist is. This is a 1 in 10. It's a very, you could say it's an amateurist art piece, but it's cool looking. It's very pencil looking. I think I just struck me the way they drew AOC here. It doesn't look exactly like AOC, but it's something about it. It speaks to me about it. It's cool, very dramatic. She's kind of in a somber. Something just happened. She just went through hell, and she's on the other side now, and she's beat to hell. And it draws me in, and just the whole information, it's like a wanted poster almost vibe to this. This came from King Spot. They do these kind of books. It's very political books. So interesting book, Mike.
Yeah, so they have an AOC run and they have a Biden's Titans run. So these are, I guess, this is the mashup of their shared political universe from Keen Spot, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go.
Sure.
I'm a public school teacher, and I have no opinion about any of this politically.
Come on.
I can't. So I just want to say that out loud.
Also, Elon Musk is the bad guy in this book.
I don't care. For me to keep my job, I have no opinions about any of this.
I think it's actually a pretty decent depiction of AOC, even though overall it is kind of an amateur looking cover, as are most of the Keen Spot covers. But still, it does look like her, a beat up version. But I mean, I could tell who it was supposed to be before I even read the title. So it's okay. I mean, it's fun. It's fun and funny, I guess, but it's definitely not a purchasable item.
I could see this book doing things in the aftermarket for sure. A lot of these political books do pretty good market value in the future. Like that, particularly the grail of all the grails for the AOC books is that Wonder Woman one where she's dressed up as a Wonder Woman with the American flag.
I forgot about that one. Yeah,
that's pretty much at least a modern grail, right? When it comes to art, I don't know how. I think it's still pretty expensive. I don't think it's cheap, at least in a 9.8. So.
I haven't looked that one up in a really long time, a couple years.
Yeah, I remember that blew up during COVID, during 2020. That was a big book. But I like this one. I love the whole X-Men vibe to this. So I will try to seek it if I can. All right, let's move on. Got Miles Morales, Spider-Man 16, the 1 in 25 by David Baldione. I'll go first on this one. I don't know. Not really. It's like, meh. It doesn't really make me think. Compared to some of the books we've seen so far on the slideshow today. It's cool reflection of Miles, and I do like the eyes, but it's just it's a big portrait of Hobgoblin. So it's issue 16. So 1 in 25. Right. How common is this going to be? Our Hobgoblin collector is going to go gaga over this. Our Miles Morales fans are going to go fight for this. Okay. I don't think there'll be a lot of these out there. So, but the art itself is it's all right. Mike.
No, this is boring trash. There's nothing interesting about this cover at all. It just feels like an A cover to me, and not even a particularly great one at the end of the day. This is sort of Marvel's MO lately. It's kind of shitty of them to put sort of crap art on these incentives to have people either over-order books or, worse yet, pay for these in the aftermarket thinking that they're worth something when they're not. So I don't know. It's okay. I mean, it's fine for an A cover, but it's a boring cover. It does nothing for me. Move along. Nothing to see here.
Move along. These are not the books you're looking for.
Precisely.
All right. This is already sold out in Midtown.
Of course it did. And
we know why. This is from Riki Yagawa. This is Spider-Gwen Smash #3. I think Josh was really pushing to see this book on our Near Nirvana chat. 1 in 25. Obviously, this is going to be a hot book because it's the Taylor Swift factor.
Thank you. I was just going to say, like, why is it so... Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, so I don't know if you've seen the rumors, but that she might be playing Dazzler in one of the upcoming movies.
Deadpool in particular, because
Deadpool in particular, yeah.
She's good friends with Ryan Reynolds.
No!
And Lively.
Ruined. I mean, I like them separately ish. I don't know. Like
Well, it won't be if Ryan Reynolds is in charge of it. He'll make a huge farce out of it. It'll be hysterical because
maybe, but either way, she's gonna get money for it. And like,
this cover is actually not bad. For other reasons, I could care less about the Swifties who want it, but for my, it's a cool design overall, a cool layout overall. It's just a little bit sexy, but not over the top. I like the background stuff with all the dazzler in the back. I like the colors. It's simple, but effective. They're clearly money grabbing though, which bothers me a little bit. I wish this were just a regular cover and not an incentive, but yet still, I can see this continuing to be hot and expensive for all kinds of reasons. I actually think it's just a decent, solid cover. Not a 1 in 25 worthy cover, but definitely a solid cover.
I agree. It's a solid cover. It's big, bold colors, big, bold letters. It has that kind of nostalgic filter on top of it that Jason Scott Campbell did for some of his Marvel classic character books.
Yeah.
So it has that filter on top of it. And the whole bracelets and stuff, the whole jewelry, that's very Taylor Swift. That's very modern thing going on. So, yeah, it's going to be it's sold out on Midtown. It's gone from Midtown. And they're the biggest retailer out there pretty much. So good luck getting this one. I don't know what's the base, what the eBays are saying nowadays on this. I'm pretty sure it's got to be at least double ratio. I'm assuming.
Let's see.
It's not like
3. Spider-Gwen Smash 3.
Let's see. It says.
I also can't believe this title is the worst.
Yeah, the worst title by weight. Yeah, Spider-Gwen Smash. It's just one of the most ridiculous titles ever. And
yeah, 126.24 by it now. That's the only copy.
How much?
126.34 plus $29 shipping from the UK.
I bet you be buying. Sorry, go ahead.
What's happening here is everybody here is now being duped by Taylor Swift.
Oh, there's a $100 copy. Take that back.
Congratulations. You are now a Swiftie if you want this.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Oops.
I kind of agree.
This will be a good book to have because I can see it's being a $200.
Yeah, because you're gonna buy it as an investment, but are you ever gonna sell it?
Oh, I would sell this in a heartbeat. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
If I could get my hands on it for ratio, I would buy it and flip it instantly.
So buy it if you want to support Taylor Swift, is what I'm saying.
Well, none of the money will go to Taylor Swift.
It doesn't matter. You're feeding into it. So if you want comic books to like continue to support Taylor Swift, go on, buy it.
Well, there are actually.
And if you want to be a real man,
okay, wait. Sorry, that's enough.
Soapbox time. Oh my god! Hold on, look at some of these comments. Yeah, 49er fans are definitely a little hurting out this morning after the very tough game last night with the Swifties and the Chiefs, and Mahomes is just unstoppable, man. You can't beat that guy. I'm never going to bet against him. At least a terrible cover. Where's Mike? Did I lose Mike permanently?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Dazzler is a horrible idea as a character. And let's see. Oh, of course. This is first world problems. I'm pretty sure one side of the political spectrum is really pissed. I'll tell you that right now this morning. Very pissed that she's was basically won last night. She's part of the team. Her boyfriend's the number 2 guy on that damn team. So, all right, let's move on. I think it's a cool cover. I like the colors. I dig it. All right, let's move on. A couple Batman books. I kind of did a little edit on this one. I added a book to this particular minute of Versus. This is a Batman and Robin number 6 by Nicola All right.
There's no way.
I think that's like Croatian or something like that, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Batman City of Madness 3, Patrick Reynolds, a 1 in 10. The Nicola's 1 in 50. Very cool Batman books. What do you think, Mike?
I like them both for their in their own right. Artistically, the name that I can't pronounce, the subject matter is a little silly, and I'm not really sure, that it matches the book. I don't know what's going on in the book. It's tough to tell with a Robin book, right? I mean, there's always going to be sort of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of a feel to anything with Robin in it, seemingly. The other one sort of feels like, man, that's cool. There's a lot of things going on in that Reynolds. That's the winner, by the way, for me, is the Reynolds. Way cool. Court of Owls thing going on, obviously, really cool details. If that's really painted, which I'm assuming it is, or if it's not, it's a really good dupe job of it. All the bats and the sort of Cthulhu looking Batman. I'm not really sure what's going on in this book, but wow, that is a creepy sort of Black Label Vertigo-ish kind of a looking thing. I like it a lot. The Sismasia, or however you say that, is an okay cover, but just sort of pedestrian to me. Whereas the Reynolds is just really cool. Great colors too. I love that it fades down to yellow and just really cool choices. Really weird. Oh, I think you're muted, Rob.
All right, I was reading West International Comics. And said City of Madness is okay read. It's a copy of the one below from the Hope, which is kind of lame, but the story's okay. Melting dark into light. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Robin and Nicola looks like a child. The Patrick looks like a nightmare. Get it? Ha. It's got to be the Reynolds. The Nicola's good. It's a cool cover. Makes me hungry. I'm actually hungry eating that burger. It's the Black Label. It's more of a magazine size, right? So, or smaller magazine size. But just the colors are so cool. The darks, the blues, the purples, the greens, the yellows. Very cool colors. I don't know what's going on with his face. Then, like a breathing mask, he has an octopus growing out of his nose and mouth. I can't tell. It's a very creepy looking book. City of Madness. Interesting title. Nicola said nothing wrong with it. 1 in 50 steep. That's one probably hard to find for an issue 6. So the City of Madness is a little more doable, and it's just a better cover, I think, in general. So just me. All right. What else did I miss? Any? The villain reminds me of Alien that we had Han Solo and New Hope. Which Alien? And New Hope. Oh, the dude with the giant penis nose? Yeah.
Don't say penis!
Oh, my bad. All right, let's move on. I like this one. Rick and Morty, Mystics. This is the 1 in 10, issue 4 by Troy Little. Obviously, is an homage to Chinatown. If you're a film snob or not snob, or film enthusiast, or love 70s noir films, this is so familiar to you. This is the great Jack Nicholson film from the mid 70s. And just to do Mystics doing an homage to Chinatown is crazy. This is bananas. It's such a random pick for homaging. It's well done. It's pretty much replicated well the poster. I like the colors, like the shading, like the shadow work here. I don't know who the lady is, just kind of blending into the wall there. But even the wave is really well done. It's kind of that Japanese style waves they put on the art. Troy Little is the artist. I don't remember seeing too much. This is obviously from Oni Press and Adult Swim, who is the owner of the license. 1 in 10. Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it nails the homage right away. You can tell exactly what it's supposed to be, and that, like you said, not something that gets homage very often. It's the art itself is nothing particularly special, but when done this way, it looks good. So I think, to sort of quote you on this, the artist did what they wanted to do, what
Drink,
they wanted
everybody.
to accomplish. Yeah, I mean, which is to clearly make you think of that Chinatown poster. But otherwise, I don't think it's anything crazy special. Although this could be really tough to find 1 in 10. Who's the publisher? Is it Matt? Oni. Could be a little tough to find a 1 in 10 from Oni. So that said, if you find one, you may want to just give it a second thought and see if you can snag it for roughly $10. It might be worth it, but I don't know anything about this book either. Could suck. So who knows? But it's cool. Colors are good. Line work's good. A little simple, which I usually like. Kind of caricaturish. Not bad.
Well, the Rick and Morty fans are pretty ravenous, and they'll eat this one up, I'm pretty sure, whatever that's out there in the racks. So it'll be gone by Wednesday morning for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right. So that's really cool car worth ratio. I agree. All right, let's move on. The Deviant number 4, the 1 in 25 by Allison Sampson. Mike?
Yeah, and this is really weird, right? To go back, Mike, Rob. It's cool. Again, a lot of cool things going on. I'm assuming that's an ornament that he's being reflected in. We've sort of had this already, this idea on a couple of other covers for this book, but I do like the concept. And this one's blown up bigger, whereas I think we've seen it on larger trees and things like that. But in this case, we get sort of a close up. It's cool, good colors, has a really good style, kind of creepy. Obviously, it's supposed to be like horror Santa. So it's, again, a good cover. I wanted to choose this in Cover Fire and then realized it was an incentive and got kind of mad at that. But the red really pops. I do like the concept, even though it's been done already, but it's been done on this book. So obviously they're just kind of riffing off of it a little bit. But really well done. And I think it feels like an incentive. This feels 1 in 25-ish. Although I don't think the book is doing well enough to pay ratio for this ratio. But at the end of the day, still a cool cover.
All right. All that. It's kind of weird, though. It's kind of a weird cover. They've all been weird for this run. I think we talked about every issue. Yeah, it is. And it is Santa Claus, by the way. At least from the cover. He is holding an axe. And there's an elephant or a reindeer in there with him. It's just a fucking weird. It's like kind of looks like Steve Aoki with a Santa outfit on. If you know who Steve Aoki is,
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
DJ, big time card collector. Kind of does look like him a little bit. He's wearing a Santa outfit. There's the eyes, Chico. They never lie. All right, let's move on. Beware the Planet of the Apes number 2 trailer just dropped for the new Planet of the Apes film. Pretty cool trailer.
Oh, it looked pretty cool, man.
This is Beware the Planet of the Apes 2, issue 1 in 25 by the great and powerful Alan Qua. I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan. I've seen all the classics. Me and my daughter bond with those films. She loves those films. When she was like a little 6-year-old. Planet of the Apes marathon on Sci-Fi Channel. That's how we watched them. So very fond memories of this franchise. I think I watched all the new ones. I definitely, Caesar went down to Blaze of Glory last film. This is a great cover. I think it's not great. It's a good cover. It's a cool cover. It's the bringing you memories of the famous Twilight Zone twist ending to Planet of the Apes, written by the same writer. When they see the Statue of Liberty, then they realize they were on Earth the whole time. I believe that's probably Caesar, I'm assuming, on top of the tablet, what the statue's holding. And it's pretty beat up and decayed. So, pretty cool cover. I love the line work, like the color work. That's 20th century, stupid logo. I know they're trying to kind of VHS thing going on, but I hate it. It's stupid. It's dumb. I wish they get rid of it. I don't know why Marvel. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Marvel's aware that most of the audience, they have to be aware that most of the audience hates that fucking logo on the side, but they don't care. That's just Marvel. What do you think, Mike?
No, I mean, yeah, that's the thing that bothers me most about all these covers of the. Just makes no sense why that has to be there. This is a good painted cover. It sort of has that kind of feeling of the old magazine style Planet of the Apes comics from, I guess those are from the 70s. And I too, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I actually liked some of the later movies much better, the lower budget ones, than I do the first couple. But at the end of the day, this sort of, I really wish it didn't have that stupid thing along the side, because it would feel so much more like those old magazine covers if it didn't have that. But it's a good cover. I don't think it's Qua's best work. There's some weird things going on with the Statue of Liberty that don't quite look like the Statue of Liberty. A little bit stylized in a way that I don't love, a little overworked in some places, but overall it is still a beautiful piece. Really, really well detailed, with some really cool choices. And I'm really looking forward to this movie. So as I was for all of them, basically.
I even love the TV show from the late 70s and the Tim Burton film that's with Mark Wahlberg. Abraham Lincoln Ape.
That one's not my favorite, but
it's the worst one. It's the worst one by far, but even that one was entertaining for me.
It's too silly in parts, but
yeah. But that's Tim Burton though.
The new reboots have been fantastic, really, really good.
Oh yeah, they've been great.
Andy Serkis as Caesar.
Yeah, but he spoiler alert, he died, right? In the last one, if I remember correctly.
Yes, true.
Yeah, he had.
I think this is supposed to go back. I don't even remember.
They literally just copied the ending of the 10 Commandments, and that's literally what they did on that film. It was he had the Moses ending, pretty much. 6, yeah. Okay, you're a teacher too. All right, let's move on to the next cover. One of my favorite. Oh, he actually found a picture from Rare Wolf.
No.
My favorite. I think I pre-ordered this too, Mike. Creep Show, Joe Hill's Wolverine Station number 1, the 1 in 10 by Maria Wolf. Before Mike destroys it, I'm going to talk about it. I love this conductor wolf, werewolf cover, and her almost like signature color pink goo all over his hands, and it looks like he's holding an intestine and a spine on his mouth. There's a nasty scar right above his eye. I love the "Take It Please" little word bubble there. The Creep Show logo there with Joe Hill's Wolfston Station. That's the name of the book. Creep Show, Joe Hill's Wolfston Station number 1. This is the 1 in 10. Yeah, I think when I saw this, I'm pre-ordering this. This is just gnarly looking. Maria Wolf is very you hate her or you love her. There's no middle ground with Maria Wolf. I love her, but even that Thundercats was rough for me, and I didn't order that. So, but I should get my Cobra Commander here very soon. But I'm definitely getting this one, Mike.
I am definitely not getting this one for all the things you think I'm going to say. This is not her worst stuff. And look, I know that this style is a thing, and other two people do it. I can't remember the guy's name now. It starts with an S. It has a similar style, but I just can't get the thought out of my brain that that this style feels like someone doodling on like a notebook pad and just continuing to doodle over and over and over and over and over, like way too much. But yet I need to rein it back a little bit. I need to think a little bit differently about some of this stuff. I think in that there's a ton of detail, a lot of work. It's fun, which I think a lot of us forget that these are supposed to be comic books are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
So I can see why people like this. There are other artists that I can't understand why people like, but this I can at least see why people like this. This has okay. I love how awful the old Dungeons and Dragons art is. Remember those books and the rules books from way back, the AD&D books? They're terrible, horrible, but I love it.
Yeah.
And this has that feel. And so I can see why it's sort of the reason why I chose that first Transformers cover, for the same exact reason, because it has that nostalgic badness to it. So if Maria Wolf has that nostalgia for you, I can see really liking it, because she's really good at that. It's just not for me. It doesn't tick any boxes for me.
I don't know. I guess in Southern California, I saw this kind of art a lot, and I saw it everywhere. It's the kind of the, what's the name? I can't remember the OPG. I don't know the name of the companies that did a lot of the surfer wear, the skater wear down here, Vans, I guess, and a couple other companies. A lot of the artists and that kind of culture did this very similar art to this. So I don't know. I saw that a lot here in Southern California growing up in the 80s and the early 90s. There's always T-shirts with this kind of art. So I guess that's where my love for this art comes from just the nostalgia and just growing up in that art environment.
I get it. I totally get it. I do. And like I said, I need to think a little bit more about that. It's like the Rose Besh thing, right?
Yeah.
This sort of street art feel. I don't get it. It doesn't do anything for me. Scotty Young, the baby art thing, also doesn't do anything for me. But I understand why people like those things. I really do. I'm not trying to just be mean, because I think my opinion is better than anyone else.
It's your opinion. It's art is very subjective. We're all, none of us are right, none of us are wrong. Like we always say, you buy what you like, and you don't give a fuck, and just you buy what you like, and that's what you like.
I agree. And this is supposed to be an enjoyable, fun hobby. It's not supposed to be taken so damn seriously. So if it's something that makes you smile, like me, anything with Charlie Brown on it or Snoopy, I'm gonna buy it because it makes me smile, and I don't really care. And so I get it. If this makes you smile, this does the thing for you, then please buy it. And it's cheap, $10. I mean, it's going to cost you $10. It probably won't even cost you $10. It's Creep Show. You probably get one for like $7 if you really look.
Yeah, at the most you'll pay $10. Comic books are fun. They're supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have a good time. It's crazy when people take comic books so fucking serious sometimes. It's just ridiculous. All right, let's move on to the 125 by Cliff Chiang. This is Hunger and the Dust, number 6. I saw this. I thought this was striking. Very similar to your Firefly book.
Yep.
Which is a ghost. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, baby.
This is issue 6. Is this from IDW? 1 in 25. This is going to be a ghost as well.
I think so too.
This is obviously like the other one, kind of playing off the old travel posters from the 1930s and 40s. That era poster for travel art. So I dig it. I love the type of beast, the buffalo or water buffalo, and she's riding through a giant monster's skeletons. So it's a cool book. I like how they put the issue 6 on the top corner, and the circles kind of wrap around it and expand from the little issue 6 number. That's a very creative way to work that in.
Yep.
And I like the placement of the IDW original logo. It's a nice place to put it. This is really well done, really well composited by this artist, and at least IDW allowed us to be composited this way. And kudos for them. It's an awesome book. Good luck finding this shit. If you find it, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I love the color palette of it. I love the use of negative space where the zombies or whatever those are coming out of the negative space, like into the picture. Very, very cool, subtle. Again, some really cool design aesthetics with the concentric rings around the 6 for the issue. Just a really, really well-conceived piece all around. And yeah, it of course has that travel poster feel to it. No one piece of the art is particularly amazing, but it was the same with that Firefly cover. Same thing. There was no one particular part of it that was like, wow, that's just great art. It was a really great design or illustration piece, which I think sometimes these can be and really, really hit. This really hits. I'm actually interested in the book now because of how cool this cover is. So yeah, I think this will be nearly impossible to find. Geez, IDW 1 in 10s are hard enough to find. Forget about a 1 in 25 on a book no one's heard of.
This could definitely supposed to be Zelda almost or Link, right?
Yeah.
It has that vibe of that Zelda Nintendo look. So very cool, very cool. I'm digging it. If you do find us, let us know. And you bought this book, tag us on it for sure. All right, that's it for the incentives. Nice little haul there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Actually, a lot. There's some good covers this week.
A couple store exclusives this week. We got obviously we got from the Great Wall of Comics from Sam Payne. This is Veronica Pop's Chocolate Shop of Horrors. This is obviously the great Satana homage to Adam Hughes, I believe, right?
Yes.
So famous cover. It's limited at 200, and Alonzo, when he checked, didn't know the cost. What do you think?
So I when I first saw this like 3 or 4 days ago, I wanted to hate it. Like I really wanted to because I'm a little over the whole homage thing. But man, this is really well done. I like that he wasn't shy to change the colors, turn it into purple, which I'm sure you'll love as a result. I think he does a really good job of mixing his style, which Sam Payne clearly has, and yet still making it feel like an Archie book and kind of fun and illustraty, but also in a weird way, sort of sexy. So there's a lot of cool choices here to make it his own thing and have it stand out as its own cover rather than just a straight copy of the Hughes, which Payne never looks like Hughes, and I don't think any Archie book should look like a Hughes. So I think this looks just enough like the Hughes so that you know what it's supposed to be. But I also think it's a really great original take on both Veronica and the homage in general. And again, I like the purple. So this is a winner for me. If it's like a $15 or $20 book, I think this will probably sell out anyway. But I mean, I think if it's reasonably priced, I would want one.
Yeah, it's actually a double homage, right? Because there's also Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory here going on with the golden ticket. And all that. I'm assuming that's part of the storyline on this, but or I don't know if it is, maybe it's not, but it's definitely a double homage here. It's a cool book, yeah. This is definitely in the vein of Archie art, and this is the way it's supposed to be. It's well done, well executed homage. I don't know, man. There's been a lot of homages to this cover. I don't remember seeing a lot, and it's covered in purple from head to toe, so I like that. And it's a very sexy Veronica, which is very cool. I dig it. I love the neon on the background there. It's got to be cheap. Usually these kind of books are pretty low cost, no more than $20, but maybe $15. So if you get it, let us know.
Let's see if I can find out. I'm assuming it's $15, but it's probably sold out. Did it drop already? Do we know?
I thought it dropped. I got the email for it, but I don't remember. Or no, I saw the post. I don't.
I'm surprised it's Great Wall and not Stadium.
I know it's usually Stadium who does these books, but it's Great Wall who's has done quite a few of the Archie books for exclusives. There's a lot of Archie exclusives, which is interesting. Let's move on to the.
They have a lot of them. They have a lot of Archie exclusives. You're right. I'm looking at like 7 or 8 of them right now. Actually, more than that. I didn't see that one though.
Age of Spider-Verse #1 by Matthew Waite. This is a Bird City Comics exclusive, limited. With didn't write it down. It's gotta be low. Well, it's Marvel, so it's gotta be. I'm assuming at least 1,000 minimum.
I wish I had that video system.
Cost is $20. Obviously, this is an 8-bit video game graphics. Like a big frame around it. Reminiscent of arcade, right? That's where they're going for. This is also kind of a Mario Kart homage as well. So it is what it is. It's an 8-bit cover. It's big, bright colors. You can't mistake it. If this is what you're looking for, this is where you're gonna get. It's a solid book. Nothing wrong with it. It's well executed. It's exactly what they wanted out of this cover. And they got it. Mario Kart 8-bit, which is actually more 16-bit. It shouldn't be 8-bit because Mario only started at 16-bit, so it's 16-bit. So it's cool. It's not for me personally, but I video game enthusiasts might pick this up, and a lot of cool characters on the cover here. And I do like the little smaller characters on the border there. That's pretty cool. It's very reminiscent of the window art on the arcade when you're actually playing on an arcade. They usually have that kind of art around framing the video screen. Mike.
Yeah, this is also not for me, only that it's really busy, and I'm guessing that this is a horizontal cover, which I despise having those in my long boxes. But it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it definitely gives you the feel of that of being in an arcade with the sort of border art on the arcade cabinet and the whole thing. It is really, really well done for what it's trying to accomplish. So for those that this gives the feels to, then this is perfect. Like I said, for my taste, it's a little bit too manic. I don't think I could take it looking at it for more than a couple seconds, but cool. It's definitely well executed. I don't know Matthew Waite. Should I know Matthew Waite?
I don't know. Yeah, I doubt it. It was the deep thought in eighth place, right? It's just maybe it's probably random. But yeah, if it's like a part of the story, that'd be interesting, right? So
yeah, that's interesting. Trish brings up an interesting question. I wonder if that time 149.32 and the eighth place have any special meaning, or if those were just chosen at random.
Yeah, interesting. All right, let's move on. The last one too. It's literally Mike's hero, Selena. So this is from Unknown Comics, Anti-Hero Gallery in 616. Limited to 333 set. Costs $45 for the set. Color in a black and white and red. Or white and red. I'm sorry. I guess black too, yeah. Mike, this is all you, bro. Tell me what you think.
I mean, for God's sake, I mean, she outdoes herself almost every single time with her own art. I don't particularly care for the black and white version for lots of reasons. I'm just never a huge fan of that whole thing anyway, doing that to art that already exists, especially when it's so good like that, the color one. But I also am not a huge fan of the blood splatter across the back. I actually prefer the graveyard scene in shadow in the background. I think that looks cooler actually. But I mean, my good Lord, the detail everywhere in this, from the shadow tones and the light to just the eyes and the hair, and obviously just an amazing understanding of anatomy. And I mean, there aren't enough superlatives for me to do this artist any justice, really, of all the things I've already said about her. She's incredible. We are spoiled to have artists like this. She's not the only one. Obviously, there's Carla Cohen and there's Perillo and others that are this good. But I mean, man, this is unbelievable. $45 is a steep ask for a Vampirella book, no matter who the artist is.
Yeah.
But if I could just get the color, I think I'm going to try to get just the color if it's available by itself. But damn, it's good.
I think it is. It's just the color by itself, but
man, it's just gorgeous work. She's just unbelievable. It's gallery level shit right here.
Yeah, the color is obviously the better one, but there's nothing wrong with the black and white. It's black and white. We like color. All right, I think that's it for the chat, and that's it for our presentation for today. Cover lovers. A lot of covers we presented, but it's only two of us today, so we went through them pretty quick, which is good news. What you got going on this week on your articles there, Mike?
Well, Cover Fire, as always, drops tomorrow at your late morning or early afternoon, depending on your time zone, over at CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com, where I talk about all the non-exclusive, non-incentive covers that I like for the week. This is kind of a light week when it comes to AB covers. A lot of the good ones were incentives this week for the first time in a really long time. So there's a couple of good ones, though. There's obviously, I think most of you could probably tell the Perillo, the regular Perillo, is going to be on there. But there's a surprise that there was no incentive art for, no Virgin version, which is the winner this week. I was really impressed with. So So I think you might like that this week. And then Cover Tunes is my old article, which I don't write at the moment, but there are 200 and I don't know, I think 30 some odd issues of it that you can go check out on just random topics and cool covers that I think are underrepresented in the marketplace. So go over there and check all that stuff out. It's all free.
My favorite is the white and black one.
The white and black one. He likes the CBSI logo, apparently.
Yeah, it's the best one. All right, let's let me. Sorry, I gotta go ahead. Oh, yeah, something. Hold up, I'm using the wrong. See, I'm using literally multiple mouses here. Let me remove this and let's do this. All right. Remember, use code Nirvana14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. Nirvana14, go to cover price, use that code, you get 30 days for 99 cents. And if you want to buy that 8-bit art, definitely go stop by Bird City Comics and use the code TNH10 for 10% off your purchase over there at Bird City Comics. The TNH10 is the code for 10% off. And finally, stop by Display Geek and use the code word Team Nerd Herd. That's our name of our little group here. To save 10% off your first purchase over at DisplayGeek.com. Team Nerd Herd is the code. So the artists get hurt there, Mike? You're muted.
Yes, tonight, obviously, at least one artist was harmed horribly this evening. But I don't think she cares. I'm sure she won't watch. And if she does, she'll probably have some reason why she thinks it was okay to do what she did. So, but otherwise, no other artists were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yeah, it was pretty good in general. I removed a couple bad. That Darth Vader was on here. I did not like it. So I did not want to trash Star Wars today.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah, there were some bad Star Wars covers this week. You're right.
So yeah, I think that's it. Remember, folks, here in Nirvana channel, we have several shows besides cover alerts here on Mondays. But we should be back next Monday. I'll talk to Alonso about that, but we should be back next Monday. Of course, Tuesdays we got the ladies with I forget the name of the titles. Comic Book Woman, I believe, is Tuesdays. Yep. And then Wednesdays, no show. Our producer for that show, Jeff, still out of commission, so he's not doing the Wednesday show. Thursdays, long story short, that's going to be there. They've been steady and Eddie. They've been consistent. They're doing the shows every Thursday. Awesome show. Deep cuts on comic books. There have been some rare covers. Definitely stop by on Thursdays. And Fridays is the ladies are back again with their show on Fridays. And, of course, on Saturdays is Saturday morning Toy Box. But there's a note on that. No Saturday morning Toy Box this Saturday. I know I just got back and did last Saturday, and I'm gone again. I want to be at Disneyland. I'm sorry.
Nice.
That's jealous. My brother's my little brother and his girlfriend are in town, and they got tickets, we got hotels, we got the whole shebang. We happen to get tickets to Anaheim on a hotel when the UFC is in town too, so that drove the prices of the hotels. So thank you, UFC. So no Saturday morning Toy Box on this Saturday, and we're off. No more football though. Congratulations to the Kansas City Swifties. Another championship. They're a dynasty. He's Tom Brady level. I would never bet against Mahomes now going forward. So that's the word. But baseball season around the corner, and my team looks pretty good. Shohei hit 10 home runs out of 21 pitches in his batting practice today. Did pretty good. All right. So I guess I'll just close it off. If you want to do it, we got one more time here. Oh, the Usher show. I don't know, man. He started off a little rusty. Seemed a little rusty in the beginning. The comical part was Jermaine Dupri in his outfit, dude. Jermaine Dupri's outfit was horrible. That's right.
But I did like the show. I actually thought overall it was good.
my wife was going bananas. This
Still
was
pretty
for the
talented
ladies.
at feet washing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that show was
sure.
for the ladies, really. But
It's okay.
we love Usher around here. All right, so if you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for life and buy your covers. Stop by your local combo shop this Wednesday. Support.